I've always pitched was so right now, if just strip away all the things that I know, Law, you on the ledge there talking, Jason Garrett's average, he shouldn't have went out and went to the baseball game and so
Well,
on.
hold on. I'm saying it only out of the optics aspect. Not saying that
No,
he's
no,
negative of going out, but I'm just saying
I,
only out of the optics, though.
Koye,
I completely agree with what
Koye,
you're
that
saying.
shit makes me throw up the fact that we got to use words like optics for the reason why we.
Nah, nah, do it. It's not. That's not the reason why we lost. But
Yeah,
that's
it's
the
not the reason why we lost. I
it don't,
agree. That's not the
it
reason
don't,
why we lost. That's what I'm saying.
yeah,
Look,
it don't
look,
look good though.
what I said is the reason for getting Jason Garrett about the paint, the optics. Jason Garrett could have went to a damn strip club and we could have hung up 60 tonight, and y'all asses would have said, "Hey man, you need to go to strip club more often."
Hell yeah, we go.
Baseball game more often if we'd have pulled him out. I'd have
Right.
like, hey, make sure he had a baseball game every week.
I don't want us to get in this finger pointing. It's trash because honestly, if we score in the red zone like we supposed to, if we don't fumble the ball, if we don't throw interceptions, if we're not third and 20 three times in the game, then the shit looks different. All this finger pointing and all, and oh, get
Come on, but Vach, you played football though, Vach. You played football. At some point, you
sure.
gotta point the finger at something when you're losing. You can't just keep pointing it at everything and everybody. You can't keep putting like esoteric terms out like just execution. Those things come from a place called either coaching or good players or players that are disciplined.
Okay, so I do have fingers to point. I just don't agree with everybody else. Man, I'm trying to get Lael Collins out of right tackle.
Man, got to get him off of that, boy.
Woo. Holes in the league. Put him back at left guard, like I said.
And I've been saying
Cam Fleming in that right tackle, man.
We put Cam Fleming in the right tackle. But I don't mind Lael, moving inside. Now, the reason why I was kind of apprehensive against that Okoye, and I never changed my mind after one game, but it's in the middle of the season, so I can say this now. I was like, man, let's not switch Lael's, whole thing again. Like he did well at right tackle last year. He did well against Von Miller, Khalil Mack, Ryan Kerrigan the second time. He did well versus these guys. Let's not mess that up. But it seems like he can't continue success at right tackle. So after a couple games, sure, I'm with you putting him at left guard now. Let me ask y'all a question because I thought about this Wild Wings while I was hollering at the bartender or whatever. So listen. So if Linehan walks in the room with Dak and he puts, let's say, 150 plays on the table, and he says, "Dak, I want you to take away everything that makes you uncomfortable, and we only gonna run what you want to run." Do you think this offense would be better if Dak like if he was more comfortable picking better plays? Like we want to fire Linehan, but is it that Linehan wants to run better plays, but Dak doesn't want to? And what made me say this because I saw the Titans give us not really many looks, just a handful of them. But how we attacked those looks in the first portion of the game was nothing how we attacked those looks in the fourth quarter of the game. It's just that once we're in a hole now we got to call plays that we got to move around a little bit. And those plays may not be what Dak wants. You know what I mean? That makes sense?
Well, what I saw was the same type of thing that we saw in the latter part of the Raiders game.
Was the
Redskins?
no,
I think that the Dak Prescott, he come from a spread look offense from Mississippi State. Is that correct? Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then out in space, they popped up a little chart that he's like the top third or top fourth quarterback on the run on scrambles. I think that if you put Dak Prescott more into what his benefits him best is the read options and the boots and the wiggles and moving out of the looks that he gave him, I think that he can be a little bit more explosive. Although he does like to hold on to the ball long, although he don't trust what he sees.
Listen, no other, and just like you always say, Vaj, you always say the Cowboys fans are just some of the most fickle. Mm-hmm. I'm starting to agree with you 100%, and I guess some of us on this line are included in that though.
100?
I gotta say that though, bro, because we sound the same every week. Yeah. Every week we coming up with a deflection away from Dak, or a deflection away from Garrett, depending on who's talking. or a deflection towards Garrett, depending on who's talking. But every week it's the same 3 names.
Sure.
Okay. I'm with the Browns. They fight. They said, hey, you what was the coach's name?
Hugh Jackson.
Hugh Jackson.
Ty Haley. You too.
You out of. You get out of here too. Yeah.
Out here with him, you know what I'm saying? So for me, we know you can't find quality QB play on trees. Don't just sit around the league. Ryan Fitzpatrick. But Dak is probably not going anywhere. But to keep Dak, Garrett, and Linehan all 3 together at the end of this year or throughout this season just doesn't make sense. Somebody got to get the hell off this team. So you get somebody in here who can get Dak to understand that when you run outside of the pocket, if you just set your feet down and look downfield, you are a dangerous man. He's one of the most dangerous quarterbacks in the league. Because when he gets out of the pocket, you can watch this game tomorrow when you on when he gets out of the pocket, 5-15 yards on whoever was penetrating. If he just stops his feet, there's nobody in pursuit of him, not close enough to get to him. If he just stops his feet, look downfield, if there's anything open, he's cool. So if you can't get a coach in there that can teach Dak to settle down or coach him to settle in, then get these coaches out of here and switch it up. I don't understand what's going on. Like, we keep coming at different reasons why Dak needs different support structures for Dak. Dak right now, and I'm not even bullshitting, man. He got a great receiving core. Now we got Amari Cooper on the team. You know what I'm saying? So
let me ask you this though: what changed when Jeff Fisher left the Rams?
It was the philosophy, the whole culture and philosophy changed. Period. Brought in an offensive coordinator.
Left tackle helps. Go ahead.
Left tackles definitely help. But Dak don't got a bad offensive line, even with Connor Williams in there. The offensive line is not trash, man. Like Dak does a lot to hurt himself. Yeah, he got sacked maybe 5 times today. But again, I always say when you get the ball out fast, it helps your offensive line. Football is a team. It's a team sport. So your job is to help the offensive line by not only pre-snap reads and seeing blitzes coming or seeing different angles or different openings. Like when you see a safety down in the box, even if the first read should have been to your right, now okay, well the safety on the left is down in the box, so I'm gonna look left first. That's my hot read. Now, like, I don't know if those are things that Dax is seeing or not seeing beforehand, but it don't look like he see it. It don't look like he knows. And even when he gets the ball out, like I said, like, you still can't. He stands back there. He got a strong wind up, long wind up, even on the plays that he's completing. So he's not doing much to help this offensive line at all. Thing from me, it's just like, look, man, we keep saying the same thing. Somebody got to come in here and right the ship. Obviously, if you guys think that Dak is not trash, which most people don't think he's trash, right? So if people don't think that Dak is a piss poor quarterback, if he's playing piss poor, it is because of something in someone. So who is it?
I'm trying to get Tua Tagovailoa up in here. Actually, Koya.
That's the first time I heard. No, that's not the first time I heard you bring up Tonga, but it's the first time I heard you not defend, some of what Dak do.
Well, my whole thing is, we can definitely improve there at the quarterback spot, but my whole thing is we can win with that. I don't think we lost from the quarterback position necessarily tonight. Now, did Dak light that thing up? No, he did not. But Okoye, okay, think about this, and let me get my notepad ready for this.
All right.
So if we get 3rd and 20 something, that's basically a waste of a drive, right? It should happen. That should happen 3 times. Let me write down the number 3.
What about 2nd and goal?
Let me get that. Can I get there? Watch this. You ready?
Get there.
Now it's Dak's fault, sure, that the interceptions whatever but we can't have you forcing the ball to Amari Cooper. So I mean, is that Dak? Is that Linehan? I don't know.
Oh, didn't we say this last year when we said we were forcing balls with Des?
Sure.
That's what I mean.
Law Nation, what I say on the last show. I really don't want us forcing the ball to Amari Cooper like we forced the ball to Dez last show.
Right.
It ain't forcing the passes. if you could put the ball where it's supposed to be, like you could say Drew Brees forced the ball to Mike Thomas yesterday too, right?
Sure.
But did Mike Thomas catch 12 of those balls for 211 yards?
Sure, but it only matters if it works, though. But it only matters
because it's forcing when you can't throw.
Because look, Cooper did well. Cooper did well tonight. If we would have won, we'd say, "Oh shit, you see Amari Cooper?" It's just optics, Law Nation. It's just
the optics would have been different. They'd be like, "Hey, man, go to every World Series, Jason Garrett."
Basically, so the point I was getting to though is we gave away 3 whole possessions. We didn't really get a whole bunch of times with the ball anyway, but we gave away an additional 3 of them. You know what I mean? The game could have been totally different. Even the missed field goal for 3 points, whatever. You add all that stuff up, then that's potential that we losing, man. We losing all of that potential. So that can be better, sure. But that wasn't the only reason we lost. We like to point one finger. 0.7. If you want to point a finger, 0.7 fingers.
All right, let me ask you a real question though, and please answer it honestly though.
What's up?
But I know you're an honest man.
What's up, bro?
Okay. Ryan Fitzpatrick, the quarterback today, right? If he was our quarterback tonight, do we win this game?
Probably.
Okay, so how can you say it's not because of that? What are you talking about?
I'm not. Like I said, I'm not saying that
another quarterback can come in this game.
Sure,
Sam Bradford, baby, huh?
So and I'm not talking about a world beater. I'm not talking about Tom Brady.
I want to
talking about Aaron Rodgers.
I want to
talking about Drew Brees. I'm talking about another quarterback.
I don't think Case Keenum wins this game.
You don't think Case Keenum could have won this game?
Hell no.
With 3 visits to the red zone in the first quarter alone.
No, sir, because I seen him do it. I mean, I get what you're saying, and I totally agree. Like I said, though, don't get it mistaken. Like I ain't saying this with you. I totally agree. We can improve at the quarterback position. It's plenty Cowboys fans that think I hate Dak just because I want Tua Tagovailoa. And the same thing I say every time is I love Michael Gallup, but damn if we can get him. See what I'm saying? So, but I also think like it's 2018, Koye. We ain't got Tua Tagovailoa right now. We ain't got Ryan Fitzpatrick right now. We got that goddamn Prescott.
Right. And that's the only reason I stopped like kicking his ass all year because I'm like, hey, we got what we got. Can't do something else. I get that.
So how we win with Dak Prescott? We can't give up those stacks like that. We can't be in 3rd and 30. We can't fumble the ball right there. It's a lot of stuff.
Listen, I've seen teams. We actually have a mirror of ourselves. That's what we were playing today. We were playing a team that plays like us.
Get my yak. I'll be right back.
Oh Lord,
you do that. But minus the fact that they blitz a lot more due to Dick LeBeau being over there. They blitz more than we do. And they play 3-4 in a zone scheme we play a zone scheme too, but we're in 4-3. But minus the fact that they blitz more, we have a young quarterback that likes to run, that runs more so than he passes. When I say run more so, I mean when he gets on the move, he's going to run. He's probably not passing. And that's Marcus Mariota versus a Dak Prescott. They play very similar. But it seems like, and I'm not saying the Titans are playing great or they look great this year, but I've seen teams such as the Titans and teams like the 49ers and so on. Mm-hmm. I've seen teams take less talent and put it together in such a way that they give themselves opportunities to win, and they understand what type of game as a team, both offense, defense, and special teams, what type of game they have to play in order to be able to pull out games. It seems like we're trying to play a scheme or trying to find a scheme rather than playing to whatever we know will work, because we don't know what will work with this offense. And that's from the coordinator down. He doesn't know. Dak doesn't know. Garrett doesn't know. No one knows what will work. We're still trying to find ourselves or find a rhythm. And that's the truth, because that's why we went out in a last-ditch effort to get Amari Cooper last week in the first place. We're looking for an answer, and we don't have one.
So let me ask you a question. So when Linehan walks in the office, and he says, Dak, I got 215 plays for you. How many of them you want to keep? Do y'all think that Dak is getting rid of a gang of plays that could possibly help us? Do y'all think that?
I think yes, maybe. But if you're giving your quarterback carte blanche to get rid of plays that you know will work, then you are not fit for the job, in my opinion.
No, Corey, that's not the case. I think every single OC taps their QB on the shoulder and say what you think about that. You like this?
But when you say if you tell your kids, right? I got kids, right? So if I say, hey, which you remember I'm gonna get you sucker, they say, hey, which one you want, the elevator or the stairs? Remember that? You got you limit those options basically. So if I say, hey, what you want to do, either the dishes or take the trash out, you can't say, hey, neither. You know, you gotta take one of them. So if I ask you what plays you like and you get rid of a gang of plays that you should be able to execute, that's not an answer. Now I do know, you do pick out. They do pick out plays and they do allow him to pick out, plays that he's comfortable with. But if these are the plays that he's comfortable with, then you need to do something else.
Tonga Valoa 2020 is what we gonna do. I mean, that's what I want to be.
Tonga gonna go like first, top 10?
Trade up to go first. Law. Trade up to go get him. Easy peasy lemon squeeze. Top 10. Law, you crazy. Tonga Valoa gonna be in the city of the first overall pick holder in damn March. Shit, gonna get that boy so quick. But yeah, I mean, go get your guy. Go get your guy. Go get go get your quarterback of the future, which is Tua, in my opinion.
Man, go out and get us a veteran quarterback next year, and then just rebuild, just blow this shit up offensively. Like offensively, we either blow it up, or we replace the quarterback.
I don't think it needs to be blown up though, Koye. Like I think we got a lot of good things and a lot of good. We're only missing.
So
we're only missing vertical.
What's the problem missing? We got all that vertical speed, and we can't get the ball deep, right? So if
we're missing vertical,
you add a quarterback ball downfield on this offense. This offense is one of the there's no holes in this offense now. Like wide receiver wise, there are no holes. Like when you got two guys, like think about the wide receiver core we got. There's not this much diversity anybody else's wide receiver core in the league. You got when Austin is healthy again, you got Tavon Austin, who can take the top off of anything. Even though he's not a route runner, he is dynamic enough to even warrant any number one corner on anyone's team because of his speed and his game breaking ability. Then you got the guy who works the short field in Beasley from the slot. They all can't be on the field at the same time, but we're very deep at receiver. You have Beasley who can kill in short area space anyone, right? Then you have a guy who's a route running savant, they say, in Amari Cooper on the outside.
And we saw that today,
You have his clone who plays just like him, in my opinion, and Mike Gallup. He's just a 4-5 instead of a 4-4, and he's a third rounder instead of a first rounder. But they play very similar, except for he's just a half a step slower. So you have those guys on the outside. Then you have a guy in Thomas who's the slant master, dig master, fast as hell too, who Dak seems to like to throw slants and digs to. Then you have Hearns, who's the 50-50 guy, and your tough catch guy. Then you have Rico, who's a Neanderthal who can grab anything you throw in his catch radius, right? And I'm not bragging or exaggerating when it comes to that. We've all seen Rico make some crazy catches, but he doesn't get those opportunities in real life for some reason, okay? And then you got Zeke in the backfield.
Yeah, shout out to Antoine Myers on Vaj Lombardi's page, man. He said Dak is trash. He donated $2 for that, and he also donated $5 and said Okoye is his guy for making a donation. And then Paul Mills donated. Man, Vaj Lombardi, man, they making the donation to help grow the party, man. So
salute to them. But Law, let me
go ahead.
That is something I don't like about Okoye.
What's up?
Man, this dude know how to work the crowd. Like if he was a wrestler, like he'd be way better than me. Man, know how to work the crowd. Like me and him been saying the same, and it just hit me, Lord. Me and him been saying the same thing for the past 20 minutes. But because he says it angry, the chat box believe him.
They even throwing donations for it. They were like, here you go.
La la la. Watch this. When Koye says Dak is incompetent, he must go. Cut him loose. Get rid of Dak. They go.
But if you say Tonka, you've been saying Tonka forever though, so we all agree. Yeah.
But look, if I say, man, I was thinking about the problems that we had, and I'm trying to be optimistic, but I think Tua Tagovailoa, but you're not mad enough. But you're not angry enough.
That's the crazy thing. I'm not even mad though. I'm happy right now.
We saying the same thing. I'm just, boy, Koye, you need to go wrestle, boy. You be champion. You be WWE champion of the world, boy.
You got a point.
But I'm still mad as hell, guys. Shit.
You shouldn't be.
Why I shouldn't be mad, man? I'm greedy.
Koye, can I give you props for something?
What's that?
I wouldn't mind seeing Leal Williams can't play left guard. I just think Leal can't play right tackle no more.
Leal too aggressive, man. You saw those those holding calls and those false starts, that's all mental and that's all being aggressive. He just too damn aggressive, man.
We got some games and we see. So get Leal smooth about the paint. Because every time I do these Cowboy breakdowns, every time I do the film, man, anybody that's been watching the film, I've said Leal Collins' name every week, multiple of times. Now watch this. Even though I'm pro Jason Garrett, get ready to fuss at me. Even though I'm pro Jason Garrett, here's something that we can knock Jason Garrett for. You ready?
I'm ready.
Jason Garrett. If you continue to see your right tackle playing in this way, you know what I'm saying, and you leave him there, that's a problem. That's a problem. So there y'all go. I'm finally saying something.
That's because you got a lot of people holding hands over there. Like, think about it. When they asked in the beginning of the season or in the off season, they said, "Do we move Leal back to left guard?" Right? What did they say? They said he's happy at right tackle. Who gives a fuck where Leal is happy at? Put Leal where Leal plays better at. I don't give a shit if he's happy at right tackle. Right?
My God, you said a mouthful on that one, man. Look, move him back inside and let him fight for that position. Did he beat out he did beat out Ron
Hogan. I'm with you, sucker.
He did beat out Ron Leary though. Shout out to my guy. He said bring it. He put $5 in the donation side on my team. He says that Okoye should run for office.
I'm not finna vote for Okoye.
You'll vote for me, Bosh, because you love me, man.
Look at this. Look at this. Lost respect for Vash tonight. No shit. Look at this. Vash is blowing hot air. Look at this. Let me just search all the evil Vash shit.
And somebody donated $10 to your donation, man, to help you out, man.
Let me come over and show some love, man.
Paul Mills, man. Go ahead and read it out his thing, but I bring it. He holding it down on the donation side. But go ahead, man.
Mills family says Dak is good in no huddle. Why not do it more? Witten is exposing Linehan if you really listen. You know, I ain't really listening.
Witten was talking some trash. Witten, if we on Witten, man, Witten's as a commentator, man, he need to go back to playing football. Like, Witten cannot talk live, man. Shut up.
Boy, I saw Witten try to be Romo for a minute. Witten say, "Oh, they about to throw it deep here."
In these situations, this is what they called for. Like, yeah, he was going.
Hey, and then just think about this. He got the advantage to have the all 22 right there in his face. Yeah. You know what they should have did with Jason? They should have did him like they did what's the other tight end? Gonzalez.
Booger McFarland put him in that damn tree stand.
No. They should have did him like Gonzalez. What's his name is?
Tony Gonzalez?
Yeah, Tony Gonzalez. No, Gonzalez, he just do like after the stuff is over with.
Pre-game, I mean.
Yeah, that's Jason Witten lane right there. Just do pre and post game.
Right. Right. Yeah, Witten wasn't looking that good, but he was pointing out some weaknesses in the offensive play caller.
Say it loud. You know something I don't like about Okoye too?
What's that, man?
The women gonna log into my damn show and tell me how much they love him.
Oh, like, for real?
Like when I was
log into your show too?
Like who the hell gonna vote for Okoye? Tasha gonna come on my channel. I vote for Okoye. Shut up, Tasha. Somebody look. One of my apps mute her for 300 seconds in the.
We love you over here, Tasha.
Go to Okoye's channel. You want to vote for him? Man.
I ain't online right now. Go do it.
All right, let me ask y'all too, man. Why John Harbaugh is in the coaching? What's his name? John
on the hot seat.
Why is he on the hot seat? Not
That's
Jason.
Yeah. Because he's winning. Garrett. You know, he's 4-3, and he's on the hot seat. Yeah. But Jason Garrett is the guy who to take us where we need to go.
Botch, would you kick anybody off the bridge for Harbaugh to coach this team?
Not really.
Yes.
Okoye, who you would kick off the bridge for Harbaugh to coach this team?
I would kick Jason Garrett off the bridge and put either one of you at head coach. I'm dead. Yes.
Well, I don't want them problems, man. I don't want them problems. I just give me the defense.
You can't go to baseball games. You can't go to dinner with your kids.
Nothing. Right. I can't go nowhere. It'd be the optics. Like, shave his beard, man. He need to shave his beard. That's where he can't coach.
I was just saying, dog. It's on my Twitter. I was like, who the hell wants to? Who wants to coach for this team? Who wants
Nobody. It's like if someone asked you if you wanted $1 million, you'd be like, hell yeah. But like, if I told you had to take your balls off and put them in a vice jar, would you want the $1 million still? You'd be like, nah, I don't want it. It's the same thing with this coaching position. People want to coach America's team, but do you want to work for Jerry Jones? Maybe not.
Well, I was talking about the fans. I wasn't talking about Jerry. I was talking about the fans.
I was talking about Jerry Jones. I'm sorry. I got sidetracked.
Yeah, whatever. Okay, so here we go. We got another question. I think it's a pretty valid one. I bring it. Vach, should Sean Lee retire? Well, shit, Koye? Law? Should Sean?
Okay, I thought you were asking Law first. I think so. Will we take this type of inconsistency, even though it's due to injury? Will we take this from any other player?
No,
I'm trying to hold on to him. Just don't play him till like I don't know. I mean, well, I was about to say playoffs, but shit, we might not make that.
No, I mean, if a player, I've seen so many players given far less rope when it comes to injury. It's a shame. Like you see guys who can play get injured and are slow down and they're gone. Mm-hmm. When he does it, it's like every year we drafted a replacement for his downtime, not to cut him, just so when he's out we have somebody and then we don't feel like if it's a far drop off. We went out and picked up in free agency Joe Thomas for the same reason. So if you got to handcuff your linebacker that hard, and you guys know I love Sean Lee, but if every time the wind blows in a weird trajectory, you come up limp, you're no good to us. I would love him as a linebackers coach, though.
Yeah, this is his last year, whether or not you love it or don't. I think this is last year.
Man, Sean Lee, it was real, man. It was a good one while it lasted, boy. That was man.
You are tripping, Brody. The defense was on the field too long, yeah, but they didn't suck.
You cannot read the comment section, man. Like I read it because it's fun, but I don't encourage no sane person to engage the comments and really, you know what I'm saying? Because
saying stuff crazy over here, man. Like
somebody on my chat box said, "I hope Jerry and Steven die down the way back home," or some shit. That's some evil shit to say.
Oh yeah.
Like,
yeah,
I don't respond to that type of shit, though.
That's some evil shit to say. Like, somebody said bring in Jameis Winston. What's name about that?
For what? To do what?
Play quarterback.
Pick it up.
To throw the ball deep and throw interceptions.
Yeah, I mean know. Jameis makes piss poor decisions too. Dax doesn't make too many dumbass decisions. Dak's problem is he doesn't pull the trigger. He makes no decision, not dumb decisions. You know what I'm saying? So he'll just hold the ball and run. Jameis will throw the ball when he know you ain't over. He'll throw it at you anyway.
You know what's scary about this team, Koye and Vach? I'm moving away from the quarterback talk or what have you, but Gregory and David Irvin didn't play this game, and we still look good on defense. That's dangerous for that. And
I was thinking that too.
Hey, it's just one of those things where I'm looking at it from the aspect, maybe if those guys, who can we get out there to be a little bit more reliable? Is that a position of need defense? On defensive on that end of the ball? Because there's still no pressure. I see D-Law the only one getting home, and even we got rid of Jack Crawford. Jack Crawford have 3.5 sacks, and I know Tyron Crawford, whatever he's doing, but Jack Crawford for the Atlanta Falcons now. Yeah. We need some help in the inside, man. Need some people to get home.
I don't think so. I think you'll see now that Irving is down for a couple of weeks. You'll see Collins start to show you what he can do at the 3 technique because we have Antoine Woods. Woods is playing at 1 tech, and I think that frees Collins up to do what he does best, which is pass rush. So you'll see a lot more Collins, like a poor man's Aikens. What was his name from Cincinnati? I think
Gino.
Geno Atkins, yeah. Like to me, Collins has always been like a poor man's Geno.
My internet must be that bad.
If he gets more playing time in there. But I don't think we need much more help, man. I think it might be a little bit more schematic, though. Maybe we need to take some more chances on third down. But the reason you haven't seen the pass rush of the Dallas Cowboys this season, the true reason, the only reason, we're not playing with a lead most of the time. If you're playing with a lead, your defense can pin that. When you're playing honest football for run, and right now that's what we have to do for the majority of the game, and that's what wears you down. If we would have been up 21-0 in the first quarter, like we should have been, I think we would have had a lot more sacks and a lot more pressure because we would have been able to be less sporadic in what we're doing. We know we're pinning our ears back. We know we're trying to stop whatever trick plays or whatever screen passes on the way to the quarterback.
So peep this out. Like this really lost show, but it's on my channel, so I can kind of step in and say some crazy shit. People think Vice soft for whatever reason. They think I'm a bitch or whatever. So so I just set these phone lines up. I'm giving y'all free opportunity to step in and say what you want to say and put your emotion all in my direction so I can address it. And we just not chat boxing over here. The phone number is 515-739-1285. The access code is 309-104. Pardon me. I just said it. It's in my description. If you go check and see, I'm copying and pasting the numbers in my chat box and Law Nation's chat box. I saw somebody say, boy, I wish I could just talk to Voch Lombardi right now. Come on.
Phone lines are open.
Here we go. I don't run from nobody.
515-739-1285. That's it. Access code 309-104.
515-739-1285. Access code 309-104. Call me now for your free psychic reading.
Somebody said, do you think Zeke is losing a few steps as well?
My thing is, let me tell you something about Ezekiel, and it could be play call design. When they motion him out to the out, and he sits there and play fiddle faddle with his hands, they need to just motion him out and then at least cut him across the inside or just run him up the seam. But just having him sitting there, I don't think that's a good look. I could be 1,000% wrong, but I can't wait till I see the all 22 on those plays.
I don't know, man. Maybe it's something that's going on at practice or something. Maybe they throwing it to Zeke and he ain't catching it. But we got a caller law real fast. 901. Who this?
Yo, what's up? It's Tyler from the end. What's up?
What's happening, bro? What you got for the show?
Man, not much, man. I just got done watching that bullshit game, and I'm watching that game and shit. I'm like, defense holds his own and stuff.
Sure.
And I'm looking at this offense. I'm like, okay, we fired, the offensive line coach.
Sure.
Okay. That should improve the offensive line, but still, we still having the same problem. Sure. We always go down the field, but there's always some kind of penalty that always backs us up every time. Yeah. Then it gets Dak in the bad situation, it's 3rd 20 or 4th and 17. So it's like, I don't know if somebody's having the bad technique or the play calling.
Just holding and false starting. Holding and false starting gets us in 3rd and long, pretty much. But go ahead.
Yeah, because I still think it's still execution still like calling still holding. Yeah. Carter Williams still playing good, but he always have that thing in the game
this man
that really kills him. Like,
yeah.
And I know he's a rookie. But it's like, come on, man. It's like, you got to catch up to speed here.
I feel you, bro. I feel you. We got a bunch of callers. That's all you got. Like, I know you're mad, but that's it. You good? All right, fam. We're gonna move on. 105.3 The Fan would have hung up on you in 10 seconds though, but we that's the pressure. I support you, fam. 318. What's happening? Who this?
It's Justin, fam.
What up, Justin? What you got for the show?
Salute.
Man, I'm one of your people, man. I watch your films, man, and I watch a lot of films. I'm a real football junkie, man. I'm an O-line guy like you.
Yes, sir.
But my thing is, like, all these teams you watch, a la the Titans today, man, we put pressure on, Mariota, and he still is making good throws. So I have a problem with Dak, man. I just feel like over the last 3 years, you don't see any growth in his game. You don't see the maturity and, changing plays to the line or throwing the right passes, like forcing that ball to Amari. You can clearly see backside they had the guy wide open. It's like he still don't go to progression. So I feel like, man, we should get rid of Dak, man, and just try to get somebody who can actually just really want to learn, But, man, I don't know. I feel like the team just really ain't got no umph or nothing. Like, we don't want to play. And I think that starts out with Jason Garrett, too. So, I mean, I don't know, man. What you think about it?
I think Tua Tagovailoa for the future. But, hey, man, I won't be surprised if, like, some move in the offseason for Nick Foles may happen, or a move for Ryan Fitzpatrick in the offseason may happen. Like, don't be surprised if either one of those things happen. Derek Carr may be available at some point.
Now that is the most logical thing I heard anybody say all night, man.
Derek Carr, okay. Ricky Castro said he made the donation to help grow the nation. He said to Okoye, he said, "Did you notice the O-line giving up the end emptying attempts of making the blocks? Dak still needs to improve, but a lot of this stuff comes from the O-line scrambling, and Dak not scrambling out to the edges and things like that." So Ricky Castro said to you, Okoye, did you notice the O-line giving up on the edge? I guess.
When you look at one quarterback versus another, right? One offensive line versus another, you'll judge all offensive line. Like if you're watching the O-line in practice, for instance, like when we were watching them during the preseason, right, and during training camp, you can't block a guy but for so long.
Mm-hmm.
So if you know that Connor Williams is struggling in certain situations, don't run certain play calls. Like don't run 7-step drops with 4 steps up. So 11-step drop plays when you have a guy who can't sustain a block for that long, or put a guy in who can sustain a block. So do we have problems in the offensive line? Yes, but Dak's problems are not offensive line related. His problem is getting the ball out, seeing the field quick enough, and just understanding the game fast enough so that he can make the decisions that he wants to make. I think, like I said, I will say this, though. I think that Dak, with the right quarterbacks coach, can definitely be a better player than he is right now. I think he could definitely be a above average quarterback, maybe even a good quarterback. Who knows? But he's not looking that way, and it's not because the offensive line is not able to block for 4 seconds. They only need to be able to block for 2, maybe 3 on any other team. And when it comes to hiking the ball and noticing, where your hot reads are, or deciding when to run or scramble out of the pocket versus step up in it. Like he did that a couple times today, and I know you guys saw that too. But if you have your tackles, they have leverage inside, or if they had their guy is on the outside of them, and you break that contain and step out of the pocket, you gave that up. They didn't do it. You gave them the lane. Like they didn't do that. So he's done that a couple of times this game. So I'm not saying that the offensive line doesn't need work. We all know Connor Williams is not able to handle power rushes right now. We all know Leo Collins leads the league in holding calls, and he's not playing well either. So yeah, the offensive line is struggling. We all know that Fredericks is not playing right now. So to keep harping on the offensive line, to me, is too deep an excuse when your offensive line playing the way it's playing right now is still top 15.
How about let's get back into the phone because there's plenty of them. Adapa Anu. Did I get it right?
Oh, no.
Bro, you got it, man.
How you feeling, man? What's going on tonight? What you got for the show, bro?
I'm feeling good, man, because I'm still a Cowboy fan through and through. You know what I'm saying? All the way, man. But I wanted to say something concerning Rashard. It seems as Mariota and their offensive coordinator had him all the way
deranged in the rain, man. He couldn't call the right plays. You know what I'm saying? They were 11 or 14 at one point in the game on third down.
Mm.
You can't get them off the field. That's why the defense on the field was so long. And we keep saying about the offense. Well, the defense didn't do too well either. And back by Dak, man, anticipation. It's like that ketchup, man. You know what I'm saying? He ain't got it. Read that defense.
Yeah, no, let me pick up on what you're talking about with the defense. Can you hear me, Anu?
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, the Chris Richard, I don't know if he's calling the defense or whether or not it's Rob Marinelli. It clearly shows that we still played it. We love that cover two. And the weakness of the cover two was right up the middle and those slants right across the edge. That was killing us all night. And I didn't know every time that Richard dropped his linebackers too deep, that was killing us underneath. And then on top of that, the aggressive play with Byron Jones and also number 24. My God, he's having a bad day. They lost. They lost the physical. They're playing over aggressive, and they was able to lose off of those comebacks and those dig routes. They didn't win on any other catch but those. And that just letting us know that when they play physical man to man, I don't know who number 84 is for the Titans, but he punked us all night. Physically winning that one-on-one on the outside and coming back for that dig route. And it was nothing that number 24 was able to do to change directions on that.
We gonna put some legs on these calls because we got plenty of them. Appreciate our new 919. Who this?
Salute, the new.
This is Sean in North Carolina. What's up, fellas?
What up, Sean from Cackalack? What you got for the show?
Well, a couple of things. Sequoia stole my thunder on the coaching to the strengths for the offensive line.
Oh, wait a
minute.
Famo, let me just let you know. That ain't your thunder. That's everybody.
I don't have too much more to add to that. I mean, he said it perfectly.
Okay.
Couple of things that I noticed tonight is I've been a Cowboys fan for a long time. It's been a long time since I've heard the home fans booing the way they did towards the end of that game, especially with that ridiculous call to Beasley to pass back to Dak at that point in the game. It was just a dumb call. I really feel like, Jerry and Stevens' corner, they're being backed into a corner, and they're actually going to have to make a move with Jason and Scott Linehan because people are going to stop. I mean, we all know the local ones can be a little fair weather sometimes about going to the game. And if they stop going, they're Jerry loves his revenue. So that's a lot. That's what I wanted to say on that point. Last thing I'll say, and I'll let, because I know you got other people waiting, but on Dak, as far as him holding the ball, I really think he's not very accurate. So when you don't have confidence that you can get the ball where it needs to be, you're going to hold the ball. So I don't think any coaching, a quarterback coach is going to help with accuracy. Maybe you can help with decision making. Maybe they can change the offense where he can get the ball out quicker and really focus on that. But in the current offense, I don't feel he's accurate enough, and he realizes, hey.
Hold on, North Carolina. How accurate was Mariota today? Did you see those balls coming out when they were thrown on the rope?
He was throwing pretty good.
Those balls fluttered on him several times. I think that what happened here is that this coaching staff, when Dak Prescott come out, the last play spoke everything. We saw, and I know you're going to do it, Corey. I know you're going to do this film breakdown on the exact last play. Rico was wide open. He's 6'7". But what Dak Prescott got to do off his 3-step drop, regardless of how accurate or inaccurate he is, he just got to trust 1, 2, 3. That's where you got to go with the ball. I think it's more so dealing with anticipation versus accuracy.
Yeah.
But go ahead, North Carolina. I ain't talking about you, though. I'm just saying.
Wouldn't it be nice to have a big wide receiver in the red zone against that number one red zone defense to throw the ball to? Maybe throw a 50-50 ball up like, I don't know, Ed, maybe?
All right, man. It's been real.
I'll let you go, fella.
I appreciate
I like that.
I know you're going to go there when you said big receiver. But no one is bigger than number 80. He should have just 1, 2, 3. Yeah. But I know I'm calling it way from over here in Texas, so it's all good. But go ahead.
We're gonna put some legs on. Kristen, What's up, Christian? What up? Who's this? Christian Vasquez?
Hello?
What's that?
Oh, what's up? My fault.
Turn your house down, right?
Yeah, I was calling because, I was watching the game, and it kind of makes me mad when Dak Prescott is missing wide open wide receivers every game. And we see it every game. We see a touchdown today, and he throws it up to a double coverage, and he misses out.
Mm-hmm.
And we've seen it later in the game when he had Rico Gathers on a streak. And then he had when we were in when it was third and goal. No, it was third and goal. Or no, second and goal. It was second and goal. We had Rico Gathers running a streak. And then we had third and goal where Michael Gallup ran the streak and he threw it to him and he was freaking covered. It was like, dude, you had Rico Gathers on the same exact play earlier, like he was wide open. And it's like, you need to make a coaching change because Jason Garrett does not know what to do with Dak Prescott. And Scott Linehan, they do not know what to do with him. One minute he's running the ball, next minute they're trying to throw it. Next minute they're trying to run him. Next minute they're trying to throw him. And it's like, what are you trying to do with him?
That's what you're supposed to do.
I mean, they were switching it up pretty. I
appreciate it, Chris, but yeah, that's what you were supposed to do. Like, what you think they're gonna run the ball with Dak 26 times? Nah, they're gonna throw it and they're gonna run. But
he a human being. You can't turn the fatigue off in real life like we do on Madden.
There you go. Nick from Mississippi is a Titans fan, so he got like 10 seconds to get his point out. Go ahead, Nick.
Shout out to Nick.
The only thing I got to say is, did you see Malcolm Butler in the first half? We need to do something about him fast.
All right, that's your 10 seconds, fam. I'll holler at salute Nick from Mississippi. Terry High School, Nick from Mississippi. I got a platinum caller. Let's go to this platinum caller. George, what's up?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
What's cracking, bro?
Yeah, I think this all comes down to that first year where Dak Prescott and Zeke really went off, because that's where they get the idea from keeping Scott Linehan. Because Scott Linehan did that good that year. There never were. I think that's why we still have him to this day.
I really think Scott about to get fired because I don't think Jason about to get fired. You know what I'm saying? So Koye said this a couple weeks ago, salute to him. I think they're going to fire Linehan to keep from firing Garrett. I doubt both of them walk out the door, but one of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we got like 7 callers that's been here, but I love April so much. She going to skip out the line. We're going to run her. Hey, Miss April.
Hey.
What's up, Mama? Peace, baby. How you feeling tonight after this loss to the Tennessee Titans, the Houston Oilers? How you feel?
I can't keep my Parmesan in stock. That's for sure.
Oh Lord. Tell us more. Keep going.
I cannot keep it in stock. Well, what is there to say? Scott Linehan, Dak's inaccurate. He holds the ball too long. Game after game after game. Fire Jason. I have, who I want to fire tonight is whoever had us wearing blue at home. That's who I want fired.
Oh, that was the problem.
April ain't playing with y'all.
That was the problem. I'm tired of the same old problem. I want to fire, some new people. So whoever, has the plan to wear our away game, jerseys at home, I want fired.
April, you can call in and say whatever you want because you support us. Girl, you can blow the whole stadium up.
Like that must be the best one yet. Let's find that dude.
We play a thing at Carrollton High School.
Yes. Speaking of that, as far as support, I was at I joined a fan club here at in North Carolina, in Charlotte, and we go and we meet at our our club area, Carolina Ale House. Well, I was there, and it was the gentleman sitting behind me.
He was flirting with you.
And we just kind of, we're talking football. We're talking Cowboys. Well, he was on his phone, and I was on my phone because I was watching Shango and Law, in between halftime. And he was watching the same thing. He knows all of Dallas Cowboy YouTubers. So we struck up a conversation. And really what I want to say is this platform, it's in the early stages, but, if this can be harnessed, y'all can do great things. And that's why I support, because I believe in this platform. it's going to take over the ESPN and Fox Sports 1. They're on the way out, because if y'all can really harness this and get us together, people who are strangers, and we socialize and have a camaraderie based on YouTubers, that's real. That's money in the bank.
It's on the way. It's on the way.
We ain't going nowhere.
How to do the little jam?
He knew everybody. He knew Carrier. He knew Law Nation. He knew you, Mark Holmes, Shanko, and we struck up a conversation. And we were like the last two at the bar talking about y'all. Not even really. I mean, talking Cowboys, but talking about y'all, talking about the Cowboys. I mean, that's a network, and that's serious. Wow. And I'm telling you, y'all stick together and do it. Y'all are going to be great, every single last one of you. So pull together, work together. You don't have to compete. I'm telling you, a subscriber is a subscriber. Y'all can share. You know, you don't have to pull one from one another.
You already know that one. You already know.
Right.
That's why we rock out.
Glory hole.
Man, you absolutely right. I'm way better than the Collier. Thank you, Ms. Davis.
Remember,
kick me the balls on the way out.
You're listening to Nothing But the Bass.
Thank you, sweet.
Thanks, April.
Hey, shout out to your boy Jay, man. Jay the Cook, man. He made a donation to help grow the nation on the Voch Lombardi party side, man. $10, man. You got to read that long paragraph, Voch, man. You got to read it.
When will Jordan Lewis start ahead of Awuzie? He looked awful these past few games, and why sign extra linemen if you're not going to use them? Because Connor is much overmatched at left guard. Collins has regressed. I feel you on the Collins thing. Let me watch film first before I jump into Connor, because I was watching Collins. I ain't really see too much of Connor. As far as Jordan Lewis goes, I don't mind putting him in a rotation, see where we're going from here. I can't say that Cheeto played bad tonight. I can't see it. I know he's been hurt for a couple games, and I know he played well in Detroit, but damn, what you gonna do with those passes? But we'll see. We'll see. Melaw and Akuye. Melaw and Akuye. We gonna break down the film. We gonna get real thorough with it. We're gonna have it for y'all.
You know something though about Cheeto.
What's up?
Remember what we argued about over the summer? Remember that? Where did I say Cheeto should be playing?
You want him in the slot, but
you want him in the slot.
They need to take his ass and put him in the slot.
I've never seen him play inside though.
He played inside in college, but if you free Cheeto up, Cheeto is a zone guy, man. He could play man. He plays man pretty well, but he's a zone guy. Just let him use his instincts. Put him in the slot, close to the quarterback as a blitzing nickel corner. I don't like. I'm not saying that when you're in your two DB scheme. Yeah. Cheeto should. But when you go into your nickel package, move him inside, and then take Jordan, put him outside, whatever. But I like Cheeto closer to the ball because you don't know what he's going to do. He can blitz, he's good in run support, and he can cover. So you don't know what he's going to do. You can't look at Cheeto in the slot and say he's coming. You can't look at him and say he's definitely going to be in man coverage or whatever. But I like him far better than I like AB in the slot or Jordan Lewis in the slot. So
you know Akuye, you know what it is. The thing is, man. Player acquisition. When Cheeto get beat, it's not like it's by large margins. It's not like a Mo Claiborne beat. It's not like the other guy that we had, used car. I forgot his name, first name, Brandon Carr. It's always like he get beat by this much, and he never wins. Actually, almost. I'm like, come on, Cheeto, you get beat by this much.
He's not a man coverage guy. He can cover. He gonna be on you, but that's not his. I think Cheeto is a guy that need to play with his eyes, man. I really do believe that. I like him for cover 3 though. I think he's fine, but when he mans up, I don't think that's his strong suit. I think his strong suit is zone.
You think we implement cover 3 this offseason and just say scrap the cover 2?
We're playing a lot of cover 3 right now. The plays that you're seeing us get that deep cross is what everyone runs against us. Because they know that we run our linebackers underneath those routes, so you know you're going to get a linebacker on a wide receiver. So that's why people keep trying us there. And you see when he in play, they were running a deep cross. They just run it to opposites.
There you go.
Creative in regards to the formation, but it's just a bunch of deep crosses, and that's where they attack us because they'll run 2 receivers deep to occupy our corners, and then they'll run a receiver across the field and try to hit them. But I think that's going to happen all day. It's happening against cover 2. It's going to happen against cover 3 too. So they're not attacking us because we're in cover 2. We are in cover 3 most of the time. Actually, it's just that that deep cross it provides an opening on the opposite side of the field. But it also helps us because if your deep cross is the only weakness that we have, that gives time to the pass rush because you have to wait for that wide receiver to cross the field. So,
that's so funny now.
I was trying to get these phones.
Go ahead, man.
Somebody just gave a dub. They want to say something crazy, David Alexander.
But Okoye get all his points.
My bad. I'll be going.
Also, the wide receiver group helped the O-line.
But Koye, man, I mean, Vach, you got to go, man. Your station over there, man. You got like a lot of people, man, that want to chime in.
That's my goddamn homie, dog. That nigga Koye, love him. Paul Mills, we have a former quarterback as head coach, and he's watching Dak struggle. Fire Garrett. Paul Mills, I don't agree, but you donated $5 to Super Chat, so yeah, you're right.
You got a lot to catch up with, Vach, over there.
It ain't gonna take long, I promise you. Steven Benzick, the GOAT. Damn, Steven Benzick be wild, dog. What'd he say? I just saw him scroll. Okay, cool. I got 2 questions for you. One, do you think that the O-line struggle has more to do with Frederick being out or everybody not on the same page? Second question, what I like about Steven Benzick, he had 2 questions. We're going to drop 2 Super Chats. Second question, do you think that just peak really early? Do I think that Dak peaked early in his rookie year and like that's it? Like he's done. He's done progressing now. We've seen the best Dak Prescott that we probably see.
He got a lot of left football left in him, man. I still believe in Dak. Go ahead, Corey. Go laugh, but I still believe in him.
I'm trying to get to the tongue for long.
Go ahead.
I didn't say
nothing. You ain't gotta be quiet now, man. You ain't gotta be quiet now, man.
Okuye.
Gary Oldman says, who would you get of right now? Pick one. Dak, the play caller, or the head coach? I would say the play caller.
If I had to somebody right now, I would give it to Jason Garrett.
If we had to get rid of somebody right now, Dak, Scott Linehan, or Jason Garrett, in this order, I would go Linehan to see if we can make it with Dak. It's hard to find quarterbacks to see if Linehan's the problem. Then, if we can't get it with the new offense coordinator, then we can get rid of Dak. And if all that shit don't work, then we get rid of Garrett. But
I would get rid of Garrett because I know if I get rid of Garrett, you definitely getting rid of Linehan too with that package. So and you might get rid of Dak. But Dak will get another year or 2 under a new coaching regime to see if he's actually the problem. So if you like Dak, Garrett going is his best bet.
Lincoln Riley, here we go, baby. Let's go and get Lincoln. Shout out to David Alexander for making a donation to help grow the nation.
We got a lot of phone calls, and we going to get to them, but I need y'all to put some legs on. I know y'all want to get y'all points out, but
go ahead. Rapid fire. Go ahead.
You know what? On my show, I do this thing called the clock game, where I go on my phone and I give me a certain amount of time, and hey, when that thing ring, you hung up on. So and it really gets these calls moving. So let's play a little bit of clock game. I think about 50 seconds is fair. That what y'all think?
50 seconds.
50 seconds is fair. 50 seconds. I know 105.3 the fan give y'all like 10, but I ain't speaking on that. So we starting clock game right now. 9:03. It's on you. Go ahead.
Hey man, I just want to say this, and then I'm gonna get out the way.
Mm-hmm.
We have to be the most unprepared coaching staff that ever played in the history of the national.
Let me pause this clock.
He's spitting fire.
Listen,
let me start the clock back.
Think about it.
Go ahead.
Think about it. Every time after halftime, we never make the proper adjustments. Why is that? I'm done.
That was
well,
quick.
you had 30 more seconds, but I mean, hey, a cool yay. Do we not make second half?
Let's state the obvious here. For 100. In order to
I actually made a video debunking that, but go ahead. I'll let you finish.
It's not a matter of whether or not we make them or don't make them. It's, do you make the right adjustments is the question. No. We probably make some adjustments at halftime, sure.
That's another video.
Yeah, we making the ones that win us games? Probably not. But also when you have wide open wide receivers streaking up the field, you can't say that the adjustments were wrong either. So it depends on what you're looking at and when. Or like you said, Vach, if you got a guy who's holding when you're trying to drive upfield or try to get back in the game, you have a guy that holds or false starts or doesn't know the play clock is winding down. All those things look like sloppy football play to me. Or when you hand the ball off when you're in the red zone to your wide receiver that you should be throwing to, and he tries to throw it to the quarterback, like we've seen all year from everyone, the Philly special with a little bit of juice on it. Like that looks asinine to me. That look piss poor. So,
you want to know why it didn't work? Because we had pressure up A gap. I don't want to sit up here and be like, why it worked for the Eagles? Why it worked for this team and that team? Well, because we got pressure up there. That's why it didn't work. Another 10, the Super Chat, because apparently he got more to say. I'm not saying Dak will be bad. I actually like him, but I just wonder if the best Dak was his rookie year. That's possible, Steven Benzik. Maybe when everything was easy and he didn't have the film on him and his tendencies weren't out there, maybe that's the case. But they got his ass now. Let's get back into some more clock game. Let's go 404. What's up? Who this?
404, boy.
Hey, yo, Terrence from Atlanta, man. How y'all doing tonight?
What's happening, brother?
ATL, what's up?
Hey, hey, well, for me, first of all, Koye, man, I'm a huge fan of yours, but for me,
what up?
I know it's being a dead horse, man, but Dak is not the guy. And I think a telltale sign as to why he's not the guy is on those 2 touchdown passes that he had, one to Allen Hurns and the other to Cooper. If you notice, like on the jerk route with Cooper, like, that was supposed to be a walk-in touchdown, but because Dak waited freaking 5 seconds for him to clear, that was closer than it had to be. And on the one with Hurns, where Butler was beat on the double move, he had to slow down to catch the ball. And so to me, that's not playing competent, quarterback in the NFL, man. That's all I gotta say. Like, he's just not the guy.
Let me actually pause this clock for a second and ask me a question. How old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm 33.
I haven't heard jerk route in I've heard disco, I've heard zag, I've heard in and out, but I ain't heard jerk like that's very 80s of you. Did you used to play ball in the 90s or something?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, jerk route is very classical. You got something else you want to say?
Yeah, it's out there. No, I'm just saying, just Dak's not the guy, and and just to kind of get back to
all right, man. Too bad, man. The clock hit us, man. But we do appreciate you dropping that knowledge, though, fam. I really do appreciate. Man, I ain't heard jerk route in years, man. God damn. Let's keep it moving, man. Let's go.
Keep it rolling.
854. Who this? We got work.
What's going on, Doc?
What's good, famo? What you got for the show?
Lord, Corey, what's going on, y'all?
What's up, man? Salute again to you, fam.
You already know, man. Long time Dallas Cowboys fan. I don't, like my man said, everybody done hit the point big time. I just want to say Dak is the man.
Okay.
Dak is a coach's quarterback.
Mm.
You coach him, he gonna do what you tell him to do. If you don't put your trust in him, he's not gonna put the trust in himself.
Mm.
That's scared. He's playing timid.
Because the coach is a timid, scared boy, huh?
Because the coaches is telling him, you know what I'm saying? If the man ain't open, don't throw the ball. It got to be. It got to be.
Right.
Everybody else anticipates they receivers out the break. You know what I'm saying? Everybody.
So you saying sorry, I'm trying. Before you move on to your next phase of the question, I'm trying to figure out what your point is, because I might agree with you with that. You're saying that if the coaches gave him more leeway to make mistakes, he would play better?
We need better coaches. It's Linehan
it's Garrett. We need a coach that's gonna put faith in the quarterback, so the quarterback can have faith in himself.
I get
You understand? It's like they telling Dak, if you throw an interception, I'm gonna bench you. Like, he doesn't even throw a contested ball. He can't.
He threw one.
It seems like.
I tell you what, Famo, I normally don't really dig when people get into the whole coach's argument unless they got something logical. I like the point you made.
Yeah.
I can't be mad at that point. I can't be mad at that point you made. So, hey, y'all, if y'all think I'm just so pro Garrett, pro Linehan, just come with something that can make me feel where you coming from. That's a point you just made, fam.
That was a good point.
I'm telling you, Voch, man. You could see it in his play.
Mm-hmm.
When they was a rookie, they didn't know what to expect from this guy, so they obviously telling him,
hey, man,
the season's gone. Go have fun.
I'm about to hang up on you.
But now, hang up, baby. Y'all do your thing, man.
That's a great one.
I love y'all, man.
That's a great call, fam. Yo, Law, how many times do I run into these people and they say, oh, fire the coach, but they don't have nothing to say, and I just argue with them. That was profound, man.
Profound information, man. Yeah, so next time we had a stopwatch on the screen there. Go ahead and run it. You see the screen on the screen right there, Voch? You see the stopwatch? Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't see it. What?
You can't see the whole thing anymore.
I'm behind.
We just see seconds.
Oh, Law Nathan better than me, man. He put the numbers on the screen.
Woo!
On the screen.
On the screen.
Okay, well, just tell me when, Law. I mean, I'm just gonna plug it on my phone. If they got a good point, we'll
let it run. We'll buy them time. We're gonna go down to 40, and then we'll let them run. If we like what they say, and then
damn, Law,
we'll give them the boot. We'll give them the horn. What have you? We'll give them the sad horn.
Law, and Koye better than me. How about this? Let's go 203. Well, we got two 203s. So let's go 203-954. Who this?
Hey, boss, it's Tyler Rodriguez from Connecticut.
What's up?
Blackout with you, bro.
What's up? What up, Ty? What you got for the show, man? It's Call of Duty play.
Give fellow Patreon, my boy Law here. Little advice to Koye. You could be a little louder on your videos. Be great, bro.
Pimps don't scream, dog.
That's why he a Koye.
Pimps don't raise their voice. He too cool to scream.
Turn your volume up.
Go ahead, Ty.
I wanted to say that last caller stole the words right out of my mouth.
Damn straight.
Wanted to say it is definitely like a coach's problem. In my super chat, I was saying how the QB coach is definitely influential on your quarterback, because if you're in a situation where you see coverage and you know what your receiver is going to run in that coverage, when to throw to your receiver, and the coverage they're going to run the next play. So your QB coach is supposed to tell you that, so that when you see that coverage, you know which receiver to throw to. You know what I mean?
Got time.
Yeah. Keep going. You got some more time. You got 10 more seconds over here.
10 more seconds.
I just want to say that the play calling was trash today. Should have run more play action. Should have run more bootleg. Should have ran more dash. That's all I got to say.
All right, Ty. Appreciate it. You right on time, famo. Let's see who else we got, man. We got people up in here, man. You know what I'm saying? Law got work tomorrow. Corey ain't got nothing to do. We got the other 203.
I never sleeps. Go ahead.
What's good, fam? Let me go ahead and start your clock. Go ahead.
My name is Anthony. So I just wanted to get into the offense, really. I think that – did you guys watch the Falcons game at all, where Julio ran that bunch formation? They did that quick screen.
Yeah.
I think they need to implement that a little more, run a couple of drag routes with Beasley across the middle, Yeah. And just, more working it across the middle, working the short stuff, because then that opens up the big stuff. Because just running a couple of times with Zeke up the middle and then trying to go deep, that's not going to fool anybody. They're going to be like, oh, they're going to go for the big play now. And just a little bit on the defense, I just feel like when they're trying to get to the quarterback, it's a lot of bull rushing and just going right after him. But, if you do some cross blitzes, making it a little more exotic, it's going to fool him a little bit more, you know what I'm saying?
All right, man. Appreciate it. Salute. Hey, yeah, he said we need to run more wide receiver screens that we used to run with Tavon Austin before he got hurt. And we need to run more crosses with B's like we scored on against Jacksonville. So I feel you, bro.
I wouldn't argue that.
Can't be mad. More of it, more of it. Let's go 561. Who this?
Yo, what's up, man? This is Jake the Great coming from Palm Beach County, Florida, man. Just want to say,
what's up, Jake?
I appreciate
Jake,
y'all.
salute.
You know what I'm saying? Okoye. But, man, I'm just tired, man. I don't want to hear no more excuses from these Cowboys. And it's like, I'm convinced that we are not watching the same game as these coaches. Like, all preseason, what's that rookie number 52? He got his butt whooped all preseason. I'm watching the videos. I can't believe they even let this man start it. He continues to get his butt whooped, and they keep him in the game. Dak, he can't keep doing this to me, man. He's losing me, man. He's losing me bad. Like, all in Texas, you know, when I take a little trip out there, he's all in the gas station. He can't keep missing these throws, man. Like, he's costing his games. Now he's fumbling the ball. The coaching staff, you know, I don't know if he's protecting Dak by, like, calling him to comeback route.
Right. Yeah,
You know what I mean?
we got
time.
Yeah.
All right, so let me ask this right quick for you and Koye. Would you rather draft your second round tackle, guard, and then put him on the bench for a whole year? Would that benefit him? Is that one of those positions where you can only learn by playing?
I think Connor's fine, man. I think Connor Williams is
fine. I think Connor is playing okay, but I think Liel will play better at left guard. So
now I don't mind switching them. There you go, Corey. I don't mind switching them because Connor was a tackle in college. So
there
put
you
Connor
go.
And put Liel at guard. I don't mind that.
And I think that would work because Connor's feet is his strength. His footwork, his lower body strength. Yeah. And that's what he's going to be dealing with. With defensive ends, he's dealing with more speed than power, even though on that left side, the left ends are actually more power than speed usually. But he can still deal with that a lot better than he can deal with a 320-pound guy bull rushing him. So I would say if you say he has short arms, so what? Let him deal with the speed on the outside rather than the power on the inside that he showed he can't deal with. And Liel just can't deal with the speed or power combination. He's better inside. Just let him just switch those guys, man. Either switch them or pick Cam Fleming in at right tackle and pick Collins on the inside. Now I do agree that's why Williams is still in those because he's a second rounder, like you said, Law. Mm-hmm. But it's at some point you got to just say, look, man, we were wrong to let you go so long. Right now, fuck his paycheck and fuck his draft status. You know, let him come live to fight another day next year.
So, like, is Cam Fleming like your cousin or something? Because you were trying to get him in the game for weeks.
Man, watching the guy who successfully blocked for what some people call the GOAT all the way to the Super Bowl kind of makes you say, hey, you know, let's go. And we got him for a cheap-ass price at that. Let's see what he can do.
He was trash in training camp, though, Koye. He was trash in training camp.
He was trash in training camp? Well,
his training camp and his preseason tape hurted him. That's the one thing.
We fired the guy. Well, how does his preseason tape hurt him? But Connor Williams is okay.
Look, man, he got upside. He got upside, and then good well they don't fall on their face. Cowboys not look Taco right now tonight. Do you know for sure Taco? Did Taco play tonight?
I don't know.
Yeah, he was out there. He was out there making tacos during halftime.
The problem, man. I don't want to argue with you because when we argue, Law wins. I don't want Law to have the easy show because me and you take it up all the time. Plus, okay?
You got it.
Can we pick? He says, "Good night, fellas. We all love you, Miss." You, sweetie. Let's jump back into these phones. We got 4 more, fellas. Let's run this so we can go to work tomorrow. Go to bed. 904. Who this?
It's Rue.
What up, bro?
It's Rue Block.
What you got for the show?
All right, man. I got a question for y'all.
Yeah.
All right, so y'all seen how Andy Reid been sitting with Patrick Mahomes on the sidelines, you know, when he comes back to the bench a lot this year?
Sure.
Do y'all agree that you think Jason Garrett should be you know, I know he might feel like he's undermining Kellen Moore, but I feel like it would help Dak possibly if he went over and.
What is he gonna say to him?
That coach.
Well, I think that's because Andy Reid calls the plays over there. Jason don't call the plays for us.
Mm-hmm.
Andy Reid is a special guy. He's a wizard out there, man.
Yeah, that's like
Kellen Moore is.
It's kind of early for me to try to push Kellen Moore off the bridge. I mean, I don't know. He could be amazing.
Kellen Moore can be the next greatest quarterback coach of all times, but the problem is that he don't have the experience. It's going to take time. I want to do a quick homework assignment for you, man, while you're on the phone. You can go right to the Patriots.com and look up their coaching staff and look up their quarterback coach. You're going to see 10-plus years of experience. You're going to look up, if you can go to the Green Bay Packers coaching staff that coaches the Aaron Rodgers, 16 years of experience. That's their quarterback coaching. So it's going to take time. And those guys are superb passers of the ball. I'm not saying that Kellen Moore would never get to that level, but it's going to take a time. And Cowboys chose to go with that. And that's the problem with the Cowboys. The Cowboys run this organization like a mom and pops. That's just how it is. I love them. But
these are all their friends. Mark Colombo.
Saying throw Kellen Moore off the bridge already, but I just feel like, I don't know, got to do something to help Dak out, man.
I wouldn't be mad at Kellen Moore if he was coaching behind Romo. You know what I mean? Because that's where you use him. You use him with a guy who doesn't really need his help as much.
Let me say this: if
a guy who needs to learn on the fly like Dak does, I think he just needs more experience too. I agree there. It's not a throw. It's not so much what Kellen's not doing. It's just we need somebody who's like a consultant or a specialist to come in and work with him. That's all. Kellen's not that.
This is my whole thing. We dogging Kellen. Like, if Kellen had a first round quarterback to coach, would this be a different conversation?
So Dak should never.
Oh, you taking an aim at my quarterback botch?
If he was lower, damn, get that man something to work with, man. And I mean, look, I like Dak, and we can win with Dak, but Tua got more tools than Dak. That's all I'm saying. So I'm not quick to just pass judgment on Kellen Moore just like that. I'm sure 16 years ago it was some Packers fan that was like, "Who the hell is this quarterback coach?"
Brett Favre, you know.
Brett Favre don't need no quarterback coach. Let's wrap this up, y'all. 443. Who this?
Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's Money Making Mall. What's going on?
What's up, Money
Making Mall?
Damn. What's up, bro?
What's going on, man? I'm gonna give y'all my quick story.
He said it with confidence too, so he mean it.
When it comes to this offense, man, it's kind of like weapons. I feel like we got so many weapons. Even when it comes to our wide receiver, you see, we just fixed that. We got a new weapon, Amari Cooper. We looked good using that new weapon. Now it's getting to a point where though, like, we're so limited with these weapons. Because what else can we blame on it next when it comes to as far as the offense? You know, like, it gotta get to a point where it's the head coach. And when it comes to the defense, I feel like it's our defense is pretty good, like an armor, but it's a few chinks in them. You know what I mean? It's the D tackles, and I'm just put it out there. Anthony Brown, it's time for him to go out and see enough.
He made a hell of a hit today, though.
I'm done. I'm done with him.
Yeah. I can't argue with that either. That was solid commentary.
That's about it.
All right, fam. That's your time. So salute, Money Making Mall. I'm gonna save you as platinum. So next time you call in,
have a good one.
Yeah.
Salute.
We got one more call, man. God damn. Hey, you know, I like when they drop some real heavy shit, then be quiet for like 2 seconds. I'm gonna let y'all think about that. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna let y'all think about that.
And my boy right there, man.
Money Making Mall. I ain't mad at you. Last call, 917. Who this?
How you doing, guys? This is Ricky from New York.
Ricky, what you got for the show, Rick?
What up, Rick?
I just actually wanted to actually share a few comments, but then also ask Okoye a question. I'm a fan of all you guys, especially Okoye. Always watch your breakdowns. The one thing I want to say is absolutely definitely have to get rid of the coaching staff. They've been very inefficient throughout the years with play calling. Why are we running jet sweeps with Beasley? I feel it's very inefficient,
right?
Especially when we had him. I think it was the Texans game as a tailback. That formation made no sense.
Okay, so Rick, real fast. Let me ask you. I pause your time. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Are you mad because we ran the jet sweep with bees because it looked funny and you just and I think if it would have worked, you wouldn't have a problem running jet sweep with bees. Because let me say this. Remember when Jordan Lewis ran a damn jet sweep? We was like, oh shit, let's get some more jet sweeps for Lewis. It's all about what he played cornerback. At least bees play receiver. You know what I'm saying? It's Law Nation's optics is all about
the optics.
Oh, bees would have broke that thing for 40 yards. Running jet sweeps. Let me go ahead and start your time. Go ahead.
Okay, so I mean, yeah, of course, but I feel the defenses don't respect it. Like they look at it and they're like, okay, they're definitely not going to be here. But my question, especially for you guys, is: do you think we should try to get Romo to be our coach? Because when Romo was hurt and he was actually coaching up Dak's first year, Dak for the most part played lights out. He was calling out hot reads, making plays at the line of scrimmage, calling out defensive adjustments.
Let me pause your time again, because this is a common misconceptions amongst Cowboys fans. Romo was not cool with Dak Prescott, dog. They were not best friends. They did not go take lunch dates together. No. That was Mark Sanchez and Kellen Moore, famo.
But during the games though, Romo was coaching him up during the game. I've actually heard that myself.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Tony wasn't coaching that, man. Tony wasn't.
I heard him actually telling Dak, and I think in the Green Bay game, he was telling him what to look for. He said, if they do that again, do so and so, something like that.
Tony was trying to get Dak about the paint because he stole his job, dog.
I agree. I mean, I think Tony
we need some better quarterback help though, regardless of the scenario.
But I don't think Tony Romo is going to lead a booth, though. I think he like it up there, and he a natural up there.
It's great.
He probably got a better chance of getting Witten when he get fired from ESPN because he's trash. But anyway.
Yo, Rick, you got 27 more seconds. Go ahead.
All right. I mean, I'll end it pretty quickly. I just want to know what your guys, from each one of you, especially because I know you guys all have different points of views on what you think we can improve or what changes that can happen. But my last question is, what do you think is the number one thing we need to address in the draft the next coming year? And what do you think we can do at this point in the season to make a turnaround?
Cool. That's your time. Appreciate you, Rick, from New York. And
appreciate it.
Dismissed.
First of all, he said, what do we need to do to improve, right, Vach? And I say that I agree. We need to work on the strength of Dak Prescott. Now, did Dak Prescott give a fumble and did he pass an interception? Dak Prescott must protect the ball. Somehow, one way or another, we have to protect the ball with Dak Prescott. But I still think that the strength of this team is behind Ezekiel Elliott, and they have strayed away from that several times. That first interception that Dak Prescott threw, we was in the money zone, green zone, red zone, however you want to call it. You give the ball to the beast child. I like the philosophy of the Tennessee Titans. They knew where they were. They understood that, hey, we got a subpar quarterback. He's average at best. We're going to run the rock, and then we're going to get closer and closer and closer. We're going to run this thing in. That's all I have to say. And we can talk about what they're going to do as far as the draft. But go ahead, Akuye.
What do I think? What's the full question again?
What do we need to improve on this offense? Basically, defense, okay. What do we need to improve on this offense? And then what will be the directions of next year's draft? But, it's too far for me to start thinking right now.
You guys you see how we we run the jet sweep to try to get, more open running lanes and I guess to give a similar look to the defense so they can't really anticipate what we're doing if we're always doing it. So we stick consistent with the jet sweep. Unfortunately, Tavon Austin got hurt, so it doesn't look as good and doesn't do the same things it did earlier in the season. But I think instead of making the jet sweep our staple, and it might not be a thing we can do in the middle of the year, but I think we need to move to. I think one of the guys who's playing Call of Duty with Vach was saying it. We need to run more rub routes, more slants, and so on. I think if we started going into a more bunch look,
they did that a lot
for the rest of the year. And actually, you see how we got Gallup open.
Yeah.
Off of one of those, right? I want to see a lot more of that. Why not? The Patriots run that all day religiously. I would rather see us run more screens or natural screens.
And I'm not cutting you off. I'm gonna let you finish your point. So why don't the coaching staff get credit for that though? For getting Gallup open? Why don't?
I give him credit. I said do more of it.
Yeah, more of it. Yeah,
do more. Because right now, running the jet sweeps, we tying our hands up right there, Vach. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Vach, let me tell you this, Vach and Okoye. Do you think Dak Prescott passed better when he passed from under center? To me, personally, I think he passed better when he passed under center. Although when he passed out of the shotgun, although everything is open, to me, it seems like Dak passes better out of under center.
I'll have to watch film and
that's probably because his footwork is better. When he's on a shotgun, he's not using any footwork. He's just taking a couple steps and launch.
Yeah,
makes sense. That's a good video for you to do, Law.
I'm gonna look into that. Thank you for tuning in to the Law Nation Film Session.
We'll let you work on that.
We're gonna watch Dak Prescott's feet for an entire game.
Look at those shoestrings.
Remember.
I would love to have a conversation with Linehan off the record just to kind of get an idea of what's going on. I just don't think you just wake up in the morning a brand new philosophy of offense. You know what I'm saying? Like I think there's a lot of reasons why we're not doing a lot of things. Why not run more read option stuff? Like we do it sometimes. We may do it 3 times or whatever, but let's do it like 8. Just to see what happens, man. Because look, people trying to get Tua Tagovailoa in 2020 anyway. So let's just,
man.
That Tua, he better be balling, man, when he come out.
Man, outside of Dak just losing his fear of like right now he's playing. I mean, he got nothing to lose. You already playing tentative and it doesn't look good. So outside of him losing his fear of throwing interceptions, there's nothing you can do with Dak Prescott. Outside of that, I think that's what it's going to take. If people saying he's not accurate, so what? Throw to a spot and just throw the fucking ball. Excuse me, throw the damn ball.
I'll tell you what. I think Dak is a better clutch quarterback than he is a regular quarterback, and that's strange. When
he's playing in a hurry up, he look good.
But like when it's on the line, it's at the end of the game. He pushed the hell out the ball when it's at the end of the game. When we were down by 10 versus the Redskins, I mean the whole lot of Stewart thing happened. That was trash. But Dak was leading that thing, pushing the ball.
Good,
No. Go back further. Go back to that Green Bay game in the. Of course, we lost the playoff game, but go back to that game in 2016 or 17, whatever it was. Green Bay.
Dak pretty clutch. He's more clutch than regular. I don't get how it works, but
But that's because he knows at the end of the game, if we're losing,
he
has to do something. There is no, I got to dink and dunk. I can check this down, or I'm not going to make this throw. He has to attempt those throws, and he has to make those plays, or he has to run hard for a first, like he barreled over number 44 tonight for a first down in the game. Why? Because he knows at the end of the game, he got to. He ain't got no choice. But
you know what? I just thought of something that just kind of made me sick. But Tim Tebow was just like that.
Yeah,
kind of just made me sick a little bit. Just made me throw up my mouth a little bit. But Tebow would be 3 for 25 in the damn first 3 quarters, but in the
fourth quarter, he wake up.
The boy leading you. Goddamn, boy, that just hurt.
Well, let's get ready to go ahead and wrap this thing up, there, man. Shoot, I already know. You got anybody else, fam, on the phone?
Nah, man, that shit hurt. I don't even want to talk no more, man. Dak reminded me of Tebow.
Yes, 4 hours and 37 seconds. 4 hours and 37 minutes and 52 seconds. That's how long this stream been going. And then, of course, you and I, Vach, we did the pregame, so that was like, an hour or so?
You've been working, love.
Man, I've been sweating working over here, bro.
That's why you weren't responding to me. I was texting you, like, what y'all jumping on? You was already on here.
I was already in the mix, man. Talking about Cowboys. I had to get out of the bow tie and everything, man. Jump right on to this thing. And we still lost, and it hurts real bad, Akuye and Vach. It hurts, man. It hurts. I don't like to lose, man.
Akuye shit is funny, man.
Well, Koye know what I'm talking about, right? He cold.
Yeah, we know what he's talking about.
I know exactly what you said.
Akuye. Yeah, man, this stuff hurts, man. But neither here nor there, man. Which one of y'all want to plug your joints, man?
I'll start. Why not, man? Akuye Media on YouTube. You guys can catch me there. make sure you follow me. Those of you who follow me on Facebook, I mean, I'm sorry. Well, I guess you know what I want then, right? But those of you who follow me on YouTube, make sure you follow me on Facebook as well. Nothing against YouTube at all, but you know, after watching some of the events that took place with some of my co-workers or cohorts,
colleagues.
Yeah, there you go. See, Vosh, I knew you was good for something over there, man. But after watching what happened to my colleagues earlier this season, I definitely want to diversify and not put all my eggs in one basket. So follow me on Facebook or like my Facebook page along with Twitter as well if you want some alerts on when my videos drop, if you're not one of the notification gang. But yeah, man, I appreciate you having me on, Law. I know you out here working hard. You've been on here for marathon, man. So
Marathon, man.
Without further ado, you know, I'll pass it over to Vach so he can let people know where to go to hear his melodies.
It's a very important thing that we're doing here. You know, when Miss April called in, she ain't lie. She ain't lying not one time. You know, we are going to be the new media sports outlet type of deal. YouTube is turning into that thing. I think it's dope that we're getting our foot in the door right now, you know, and it's not like nobody else knows this because there was only a handful of film channels when this thing started. But now you see the 4-letter network doing more film. You see the 3-letter network over there is doing more film. You just see a lot more of this stuff happening now. So it's not a coincidence that we're moving into the YouTube era. You know what I mean? So once those big heads get into this, they already got their name established. But for these smaller names like us, we are the underground. It is what it is. We basically are the, you know, rappers that sell mixtapes out our trunk. That's who we are.
Yep.
And if you want to support us, it's a couple ways to do it. There's free ways to do it. If you don't want to drop no bread, that's perfectly fine. Like those videos, man. I figured out the little algorithm a little better, and the more traffic you get in the first hour to 10 hours of that video, it's better. It's better for the algorithm. It's better for the recommended section or whatever. We really want to put a lot of our stuff in that recommended section because that's how we grow. So likes are free. So subbing is free. You can hit up me, Okoye, Law Nation. All this stuff is free. Just clicking the sub button, clicking the little bell. So when we do random ass videos in the middle of the week, just like this, you'll be updated immediately because we need y'all within that first hour. We need y'all with, you know, that first 10 hours. It's very pivotal for us. Follow us on all our social medias on Twitter. Facebook is about to be the new move for us, man. That's another way. You ain't even gotta stay over there. Just go over there and like it and follow it just to kind of get it going. That's another way to support us that doesn't cost us money. That doesn't cost y'all money, and you'll be surprised the level of support that means to us. However, if you do got some bread you want to drop in the tank, though, that damn Patreon, Vach Lombardi, is very much active, and we appreciate it. That super chat is very much active, and we appreciate it. That PayPal, Vacha63@gmail.com is in my description. We very much appreciate it. All those things keeps this train rolling. You know what I mean? Thank y'all very much, man. Law, Koye, big brother Koye. Law, thank y'all very much for having me, man. Salute. VOCHLONBARDI, everything.
Yes, indeed. And I just want to give out these special things for J&B Plumbing Services. They dropped $100 in my PayPal account. They support the nation from their business account. Hey, if it was by a mistake, if you try to donate it $10, let me know, and I'll reimburse the money. But right now, I appreciate the $100, man. That means a lot. David Alexander, tonight, he dropped $70 in the Patreon, not the Patreon, but the Super Chats. By himself, man. David Alexander, man, that's $170 collectively that I wasn't expecting to do this long hour streams. Most people, man, I remember when I used to be a security guard, I used to work 8 hours a day to get almost 40 to 50 bucks. So to let you know how much money I was making an hour when I was working security guard or living out of my car. But it's so much things to do something that you love to do. I don't like the Cowboys at all. I love the Cowboys. And if anybody knows me, if anybody see me, they already know that if you cut me, I'm going to swing them blows, but I also will bleed silver and blue. You know what I mean? So, and I know you guys have the same love and adulations too, as well for this team. All we can do now is 3-5 right now. It's grim right now. It looks like that we don't have a lot of things going for Cowboys Nation. But all I can say is, just like we were in the 90s, just like we were in the 80s and beyond, we still going to support this team. Dak Prescott, he's going to have to develop. And of course, until we get another coaching staff into this thing, that's the only way this thing can turn around. Outside of that, we still support Jason Garrett. We still support Scott Linehan until the other things changes. Just like I wish Paul Alexander the best. Wherever he may be, he's still collecting a check that's more money than what we can count right now, right? But hopefully he'll land on his feet somewhere, and I know he will. But now we got a new era, and hopefully Amari Cooper can step it up. And we're going to get things going one way or another, man. I really appreciate everybody. Appreciate the donations, the super chats. And, guys, y'all can follow me on, yes, LAW Nation. That's a podcast. Follow us on Facebook. Help us out there. There's so many avenues: Twitch, Twitter, MySpace, Black Planet. Follow us, man. Help support this nation one way or another.
Also,
what's up?
Vaches podcast. That's my non-football podcast. We talk about all kind of stuff on there. We talk about music, movies, trying to get these guys on there, talk a little bit of Pulp Fiction, whatever. We talk about relationships, threesomes.
I'll jump on whatever you tell me to, man. All you gotta do is text. But
sir,
go ahead. My fault.
Go ahead.
He said something about threesomes, so go ahead. Finish it off.
Shit, that's all listen, on some real, while we talking about appreciation, on some real shit, though, Law. Appreciate you spearheading the film YouTube movement, as far as I'm concerned, anyway, because I started, watching you. That's how I started it. So I'm always big ups to you for that, man. I wouldn't be sitting right here if you wasn't doing what you was doing for 2 some odd years before I got on here, man. So I appreciate you.
Yes, indeed, man. I really appreciate you, Okoye, and Incognito, Jackie Smith, Slot Skin, all my mods out there, man. I saw you guys. They've been with me since I started this stream earlier today. Believe it or not, they've been here for 5.5 hours going along with this Cowboy Nation. That's a lot of work, Botch. That's a lot of work, Akuye. So y'all support y'all mods, man, who keeping your channel afloat, making sure people don't say crazy stuff about talking about murder and killing folks and stuff like that. It's always a pleasure, man. Incognito, really appreciate you. Botch Lombardi, man, I see you in that thing back over there. Follow his page, man.
Can I say one thing, man? So Vache ain't got no job.
Let me see. Let me go on there right now.
But since I haven't had a job, the response has been, you know what I'm saying, such so amazing to me. You know what I mean? Like I had one of my better months last month when it actually happened. Like the traffic got bigger, the shares got bigger. I got so much more monetary support. You know what I mean? So salute to the damn community on that side of the game too, man. You know what I'm saying? We absolutely want to make this day job. You know what I'm saying? So I've been filling out applications, but man, I've been living quasi comfortable, you know what I'm saying, while I don't have a job. And man, that's blown away, because it's basically me living my dream out, man. And the role of support from people that I've never met in my real life before. That's amazing, man. So salute to everybody that thinks highly of us. You know what I mean?
Yes, indeed, Bot. Your day is coming, man. When I was about your age, man, I'm not trying to pump up anything, but I was living out of my car, fam. And things change. Everything happened for a reason. I said, man, I got this damn degree. Nobody want to hire me. They said I'm too qualified. I don't have the experience. And the only job that I could find was being a security guard, believe it or not. But I stayed focused. That's why you guys say when I say these positive things, that come from a place where I knew for sure. I still watch every Cowboys game. Although we were losing, I was still saying, hey, man, if I can just figure out a way, you know what I mean? But that's why I say these things. When you're up against the struggles, meet it squarely face to face. Lift your chin, set your shoulders, plant your feet, and take a brace when it's vain to try to dodge and do the best that you can do. You may fall, you may conquer, see it through. Even hope may seem but futile, then with trouble. I'm skipping a lot of phrases out of that, but you know what I'm talking about, Akuye. You know, keep your head high, even falling, still fighting. You know what I'm saying? Keep swinging, man. Just see it through. Voch Lombardi, everything happened for a reason. That's why everybody's pouring out more to you now. Because they saying that right now, man, this guy is pumping out more material for us to use. And that's what it is. That's why people are recognizing us, man, because we hungry. We got that grind, ain't this right?
Now you got all that time to dedicate to it. So it's going to go do what you want to do. Plus, that's your heart. That's your heart. That's leading you in this new career. This is where you want to be at. This is what you want to do all day. So let the universe do what it want to do. Get out the way, man. It's going to do it.
Yes, indeed. The universe is bending its way toward Voch. That's what it's doing right now. It's saying, man, wait a minute. This man got a day job? No, we need to make him focus on this right here. This film breakdown. This film stuff.
He's fired.
He said, I got fired. Yes, indeed. Look how humble you are, man. That's what I'm talking about.
Y'all made it sound good, but no, I got fired.
Yeah, I got fired.
Everybody.
Yes, indeed, man. This is what I'm talking about. And remember, you guys are listening to nothing but the bass.
Salute, y'all.
Salute, man. Let's go and jam on out to some of this. I'm gonna play some slow music, man. I ain't gonna jam out to my 300. We didn't win enough, right? If it can ever pop up, this thing is everything slow. My computer tired of me talking.
That thing hot.
Yeah, the more like, man, Law, can you shut up, man? Can I shut down? Can I do some updates around here, man? You out talking to processor, man. But it's funny, man.
Do some updates.
I'm still waiting on that music to come up. I ain't leaving until that music pop up. You know how it is, Voch.
Because the doggone tail on, man. You got to get your outro right, man. You
got to get the outro. There it is. Yeah, buddy. Can't stop a tank with no key, baby. Even if we down, or even when we losing, I'm still here. I'm still strong.
Thanks.
Ain't that right, baby?
Yeah.
Look at that beat drop in that thing, baby. But we lost, man. Y'all know I'm finna punch some holes in some. I ain't gonna punch no hole in this wall around here though.
That costs money.
It costs money. Boy, I'm mad. Y'all just don't know I got this control anger. I gotta go speak to my therapist, man.
Fair freestyle. Law, they calling for you to freestyle.
They want me to freestyle so bad, man. I'm gonna have to freestyle one day for them, but not tonight. I'm gonna leave that to Cole Beasley and them. Yes, man. Y'all go follow and support this channel, man. I'm telling you, we are all nothing but the best.
Let's get it.
Yeah. Salute. The Doski Woskis and the Peetsky Whiskies. Players acquisition.